What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Too Pop to Handle. I hope everybody is having a fabulous week. I hope everybody had a fabulous Thanksgiving. I feel like the week after a holiday is always so, it's just always so tough to like get back into the swing of things at work, but we're getting there. If you're listening to this day that it comes out, it is Wednesday, so we are halfway through the week. We're closer to Friday than we are to Monday, so we're getting there. We're trucking along, and Christmas is coming up, so we're gonna have another holiday break soon, so that at least there's something to look forward to. I hope everybody, if you did go out for Thanksgiving Eve, I hope everybody had a safe and a great Thanksgiving Eve. And if anybody listened to my rules, thanks for listening. If anybody didn't listen to my rules, and maybe you reconnected with an ex, or maybe you rekindled something with a situationship that you probably shouldn't have, but you did anyway. And I set those rules, but rules were meant to be broken. Tell me about it. Send me a DM, leave me a comment. I want to know. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me what we're feeling. It happens, don't regret it. Don't be down on yourself. Life happens. We've all been there, so I feel you. And don't leave me hanging. Shoot me a DM. I want to know what happened. Give me the tea, give me the gossip. Let's talk about it. You know what I mean? Let's chat. And if you have friends who you don't feel like you can say like what happened to, I get it. Could have been there as well. You can tell me. Secret is safe with me. We have, we're good. So yeah, let me know. And on the topic of just like Black Friday, no, not on Black Friday, but now you know what I'm going to talk about. On the topic of Thanksgiving, Black Friday, just something as a previous Target employee, I worked at Target for 5.5 years, give or take, pretty much all through college. And I specifically worked Black Friday every single year, and I would open every single year, which meant back in 2013, 14, 15, I think I was there till like 2018, whatever that math is. I was there at 5:30, 6 o'clock on Thanksgiving to open so the store could open, because back then, which is crazy to think that was 10 years ago, God, we would open the store on Thanksgiving. Like you would be digesting your Thanksgiving dinner and at work, like setting up to open for the store, because there were people camped out outside waiting for a TV or an iPad or a MacBook. It was like nuts. But that being said, what happened to that? I feel like Black Friday has become like just like a normal sales day. Like, oh yeah, we're just, there's things on sale. Come shop if you want. But nobody camps out. Like nobody does like the whole thing anymore, which I don't think it's a good thing or a bad thing. I think like I mean, people died. People were literally dying Black Friday shopping. It wasn't like Stonewall. People died Black Friday shopping, which is not okay. Like over a TV, over a Samsung, like it was nuts. So there definitely needed to be some type of stop to it. They needed to find a way to kind of control the masses and get everyone under control. There's enough candles at Bath and Body Works to go around for everyone, but there's just something different about Black Friday now, and I feel like it's almost like the de-influencer, like not like no one's into this like consumer idea anymore. We're all just like, maybe it's because we all online shop now. I don't know, but it definitely, I feel like there's like a shift over the last few years. And even the sales this year, like I was going, usually I can find a few things. I can find like, oh, I want this, I want that. And this year there was like no sales that really like spoke to me, which for somebody who likes to shop, it's hard to do. So I don't know, definitely some food for thought. And just yeah, I feel like Black Friday is kind of, she's not really that girl anymore. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But that being said, coming off of a holiday week, I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to talk about this week? Because there wasn't really too much going on. Like, there were some things happening and some TV, obviously, but I was like, oh my gosh, like, I really have to, like, think about it. And luckily, yesterday, Monday, Tuesday, today, we were able to get some more things. And yeah, there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to dive into. So that being said, I think let's dive in. Let's chat. So the day I'm recording this, it is November 28th, so that means this Friday, December 1st, or I guess Thursday the 30th, really, Beyoncé's Renaissance Tour film premieres. One thing about me, Beyonce selling, I'm buying. So I already have my tickets. I'm going on Saturday night, or Saturday afternoon rather. So very, very, very excited. I did go to the Renaissance tour. I went both New Jersey show, I guess New York, New Jersey, whatever shows at MetLife. The best show I've ever seen in my life. I to this day, like I think about it at least once a week, where I'm like, I literally witnessed that. And I've seen Beyonce 6, 7 times, something around that time, like those numbers. And I've seen her like on tours, I've seen her at award shows, I've seen her at like free performances, like Global Citizens Festival. And it's always, no matter what magnitude the performance is, whether it is an award show. I saw her at the VMAs for Lemonade, which was insane. An award show, a Global Citizens, a tour, no, regardless, she just puts so much into everything she does. And I am so excited to be able to relive the Renaissance tour again in theaters. Something else I'm really excited for is the fact that the film has a documentary aspect to it, which is like the making of the album, what went into the tour, what went into, all the samples and things like that. And I'm so excited. I love that aspect of it. I saw the Eras movie, and I hate to compare the two, but like it's just like you guys know, love me some Taylor, love me Beyonce, and I'm not comparing in a good or a bad way. What I'm saying with the Eras tour, I wished we had more of that conversational piece. Taylor is literally a mastermind. She is a genius, and I would have loved to see her thought process behind picking the songs for the Eras, picking the outfits, picking the this, picking the that. And I mean, she's been announcing albums on the tour. She's been doing like all of this stuff. She released a deluxe version of the album. There was obviously thought behind all of these things, and I would have loved to have seen that, again, Eras tour movie was fantastic, still loved it, no tea, no shade there, but I'm very excited for the Beyonce movie to have that aspect. And that being said, with the movie comes a premiere. There are two Renaissance premieres. There is one that happened over the weekend on Saturday in LA, one that is happening on Thursday, so tomorrow, if you're listening to this when I upload, so November 30th, that date must be, yeah, it's the 30th in London. The list of celebrities at this premiere was insane. I mean, every single member of Destiny's Child was there. We had Janelle Monáe, Tyler Perry, Chloe and Halle, Kris Jenner, Laverne Cox, Kevin Aviance, T.S. Madison, Beyonce. It was just like star after star. They had the alien superstar, the fan who dressed up. I think he went to like literally like 15 shows. He was invited. Like it was just such an amazing night for the Beehive, the fandom, and I was just, oh my God, it was everything. I have some thoughts on what's going on with Beyonce's look. So I'll touch about it now, but I do have some more thoughts for it later, where it'll come up in the timing of the show if you're picking up what I'm putting down. But as far as Beyonce's look itself, 10 out of 10, absolutely stunning. I mean, the silver hair. Are we kidding? The silver straight hair. I could literally die. I saw the photos and I let out a gasp so loud that like you would have thought somebody died. The dress, I mean, she just is like, she's so gorgeous. It blows my mind. I don't understand how she's a real person. And it is, God, she just looked insane. So, oh my God, she's everything. She is everything. It is Beyonce's world and I am living in it. And yeah, that's that. I'm seeing some things about the movie, what people are saying. Obviously, everybody is loving it. I mean, they're all saying like, we all know Beyonce is an artist. There is so much like thought and idea and emotion and like just so much that goes into everything she does. So for her to be showing us this side of the album, of the movie, I'm sorry, of the album in the movie, the tour in the movie, everything, it is just, I'm so excited. I can't wait to see all the, what she includes from what shows, the looks she wore. If you don't know, she literally wore a different designer pretty much in every city she was in. So if she was in London, she would find like a London-based designer and things like that. It was really cool to follow it online and see like, okay, she's wearing this designer, that designer, and what if it was the same designer night after night, it was like a different variation. So the one outfit she wears with the hands on it for heated, she had like a silver one, a gold one, she had a red one. Like there were just so many fun ways that she made it different for every show. And I'm really excited to see what outfits they pick, what outfits they, how they switch. I'm kind of like thinking Homecoming, Crazy in Love, when she was in the pink and then they jumped up and they switched to yellow. Like I'm hoping we get a moment like that in the movie. I'm just, I can't wait. Cannot wait. I'm so excited. Another thing to note, I love the way she really, really gave a nod to like the queer Black community in this album in itself. And not did she give them a nod, she included everyone she sampled so well throughout the tour, throughout the process. Like, and if you don't know, the artists that were sampled, they didn't necessarily know they were going to be sampled. So like T.S. Madison, when her sample came on, like that was the first time she was hearing it. So to see T.S. Madison get invited to the tour, get invited to the premiere, to see Kevin get invited, like to see all of these people who helped build the album without knowing that they were building the album get their flowers for it. It just like made me so happy. And the thought process behind Renaissance and the way that it really did just give such a nod and just pay its respect to like what has built that culture, that ballroom culture, the pop music culture, the dance culture, the queer culture, the Black community. Like there's been so many pillars in it that Beyonce really did such a beautiful job at like crediting them. And it's amazing to see them get included in it even through this whole era. So that was just really, I don't know, I love an artist who isn't afraid to like give credit where credit is due. And Beyonce took these pieces of art and just made it her own while still giving them their flowers and still making sure they got included and they were credited and they got their flowers, like I said, for it. So I'm so excited for the movie. I cannot wait. Moving down my list. So the Kardashians. I wasn't sure if they were going to release an episode last week because they release on Thursdays and it was on Thanksgiving, but I should have known better because those girls work night, day, snow, rain, no matter what. There was something going on. So there was a new episode and it was actually really, I really enjoyed the episode. It was pretty much the whole episode was going to the Met Gala. So Kim, Kylie, and Kendall were going for this one. Then back in LA, Courtney was announcing her babies. I think what's cool watching the show, even to this day, like we get it so much faster now. So now that it's on Hulu and it is, they have a bigger stake in it, we're getting things 6 months about. Met Gala is what, May, June, July, August, September, October. Yeah, about 6 months after. When it was on E, it was a while after we were getting the episode. So it could have been up to a year almost of when it was premiering to when something happened in real time. And in today's day and age, like, I mean, things that happened yesterday are already old news. You know what I mean? Like, so for them, the Kardashians can do really whatever they want and it's gonna make news. So the way that they show things online, but they're still able to save things for the TV show is really just something, I don't know, I admire it. I think it's really, really cool the way that they're doing it and the way that I'm still eager to watch the show. Even though it did just happen 6 months ago and I know the Met Gala looks, I know how Courtney announced her baby. I didn't know that North was there at the Met Gala with her. I didn't know that Kim's car broke down on the way. So I just think that's a really cool thing. And this episode was kind of something that opened my eye to that more. I always knew it was the case, but it kind of gave me that. I don't know, I just appreciated this episode a lot. So going through, like I said, it was the Met Gala, which, hello, Met Gala Monday is like the biggest Monday of the year. So it was really, I loved seeing that North and Penelope went to the Met Gala with Kim. They didn't go to the actual event, obviously, but they did go for like the fittings and everything. Miss Northwest, oh my God, like I mean, she's Kanye's daughter, of course, so she's gonna be opinionating, but I was like, girl, I was like, you are like 11. I don't know how old she is, but like, these opinions are crazy. And then for Kim to say she's the reincarnated Joan Rivers, I was like, okay, let's, let's reel it in. But I get what she was saying. But yeah, it's cool to see North come into like a personality, though the personality is very, father leaning, which I don't know how great that is, but it's cool to see her hobbies. It's cool to see, her coming into who she is. And yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Miss Northwest on the Met Gala carpet in 2024. I just feel like they set it up perfectly and like it would just be a full circle moment if Kim's first Met Gala was with Kanye. Kim then has now gone, this was her 10th Met Gala. She brings North to the Met Gala. North is watching it, giving her critiques, and then next year she's on the carpet, like she said in the episode. So definitely, I'm expecting to see North. I don't know if she'll do an outfit with Kim. I don't know what it will be, but I wouldn't be surprised if Northwest was at least on the carpet. I'm sure she won't go to the event because no, I don't see Northwest going to the Met Gala, but I do see her walking the carpet. So I'm curious to see how that rolls out next year. And then, of course, Courtney's pregnancy announcement was also in this episode. So she announced it at the Blink 182 show, which they did it in such a clever way. And again, something that we didn't see when it was posted online originally. She didn't so they film it. So she didn't know that she was doing the sign thing. So if you don't know, she held up a sign that said, Travis, I'm pregnant, which is a reference to the All the Small Things video. And they didn't know that they were doing it like that until she got to the venue. So it appears on TV. So that was cool. She was like making the sign backstage. Travis didn't know. So like, Travis walked off stage, the whole thing. And something they've mentioned in the show that I thought was funny is I thought originally when she did the sign thing, I thought it was a Travis finding out she was pregnant as well. Like I didn't realize it was like a known thing because of his reaction. Lo and behold, he was surprised at the way that she did it, not the fact that she was pregnant. So again, just cool things that they kind of keep offline to save for the show. I think they do a really good job at giving us so much of their life online while saving things for the TV show. So I don't know. Like I said, I've tried so hard to like not like the Kardashians and not be into it, but I you can't avoid them. They are pop culture. This is a pop culture podcast. It would just be like cutting out a huge piece of it if I didn't, and I do enjoy it. So I'm sorry they're not your cup of tea, but I hope that maybe I can bring some people around to them. It's just good reality TV. I don't know how else to say it. You know, they know what they're doing. They're smart people. Next up, so kind of linking to the Kardashians, and North did give her a shout out, Miss Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton had another baby, so it was everywhere on Thanksgiving. I'm sure everybody saw it, but Paris Hilton and her husband Carter, they welcomed their second baby within the year. I want to say her son and now daughter are like 10 or 11 months apart. It was a quick, in between. She did go through a surrogate again, which is how she's able to keep it so secretive, but I am so impressed that she is able to even keep this surrogate like that. That NDA must be on lock. 30 pages, like life or death sentence. Like it must be nuts for these surrogates to be completely quiet the whole time. Like it is very impressive that they're able to do it. But again, if it's Paris Hilton's baby, I'm sure you're getting paid a lot, so I would keep my mouth shut too. Their baby girl is here, Miss London Hilton, which is just so funny in itself. Obviously, the London Tipton of it all. And then there's also an episode of The Simple Life. I'm pretty sure it's A Simple Life. A clip that I saw going around that I totally forgot about, but of her saying, I want to have a baby girl and name her London. So even before the whole London Tipton thing of it, she wanted to name her London, which does just make sense. She's Paris. Now her son is Phoenix, London. So it's just fun that she's keeping up with these city names and, it just, I don't know. I think this era of Paris Hilton is so cool to watch. She's gone through like so many different phases, and I think it's really cool to finally see her like she's killing it doing her DJ stuff. She has the book that just came out. She's doing another season of her show on Peacock. She's a mom, like she's just like killing it. I don't know. Obviously, as a huge Lindsay Lohan fan, Paris just kind of comes along with the whole thing, despite whatever drama there was. But really fun to see Paris in this new era, and I'm so excited to see that she had another little Hilton to run around with. So congratulations to them. I'm so excited to just kind of see her as a girl mom. I mean, she's Paris Hilton. Like, obviously, she's destined to have a little girl. Like, hello, everything's gonna be pink. Everything already is pink. So it's just exciting. I'm excited to see her, dress her up and do her little whatever you do with your girl daughter. But that being said, the next thing that definitely needed to be talked about. Pop music is back. Pop stars are back. If you follow us on Instagram, I'm sure you saw, but Sabrina Carpenter, Miss Thing, oh my gosh. So she just recently released her Feather music video, and she filmed part of it in a church. So first of all, the music video is everything. She looks absolutely insane. Do you know how hard it is to pull off that tutu look she wears? Like, it's impressive. She can literally pull off anything. It's nuts. And she films part of it in a church, if you didn't see, and it says like RIP bitch. It's funny, it's campy. I understand the offensiveness to a point of like, hey, it's religion, we're in a church, sure, I get it. But at the same time, it's like, okay, well, these religious people also hate gay people, hate most people who aren't the same race as them, same religion. So like, go dance in a fucking church, P if you want to, Miss Sabrina Carpenter. Jesus was a carpenter, so you can go do your thing in the church. That being said, the priest who allowed her to film in the music video. So what the church tried to say after the video came out was that they weren't aware of what they were filming. They just thought somebody was filming in the church, like they figured it would be like a religious related something. I guess they didn't do their research and like put two and two together that like this pop star is not going to come in and like sing Kumbaya and like Amazing Grace in the church pews. Like they probably should have researched better. So it's really on them. Like I'm sure the document that was sent over by Sabrina's team clearly said what they were going to do because I feel like there'd be a bigger legality issue to it if it didn't. But what's so funny to me is like I almost can guarantee you that the document literally probably said word for word what she was going to do or close to it, like where it wasn't hard to grasp the concept and they were just like, "Oh, cool, yeah, whatever," signed off and like went for it. Well, now the priest who allowed it has been stripped of his administration rights. So I don't know exactly like what that means. I don't know what like he does now versus what he was doing before, but I guess it's like approving things for the church. He was stripped of his rights because he allowed it, and people are pissed again about the music video, which come on, like I don't know. I could go on for hours about like the religion side of it. It's been going off in our Instagram comments. People are like going nuts on the reel that we posted about it. But I'm like, can we like just appreciate the fact that this is a perfect pop song, a perfect music video, and like pop music is back, baby. Pop music is back. Oh my God. I mean, think about like Lady Gaga, Judas, think about like a Virgin, Madonna, like all of these people were like pushing limits, doing their thing, and there was like a religious aspect pushing it with the church. People were like, oh my God, I remember so vividly when it had to be, when did Judas come out? Like 2010 to like sophomore year? Yeah, because it was the year that I saw her on the Fame Monster tour, which like subtle flex. I went to the Fame Monster tour and I was pit, but and she premiered Judas like that week because it was like the last thing that she did when she went off stage. They projected it. That being said, so that was like 13 years ago. God, no. Yeah, 13 years. Again, I'm not good at quick math. But so it was like people were pushing the boundaries. And I feel like it hasn't really happened in a while where like a pop star has really ruffled the feathers of like the church, which maybe is not a good thing to like continue to like praise it. But I'm like, it's just like, it's at the end of the day, it's pop music. It's a song, it's a music video. Like, it's really not that deep. She wasn't like, I think it's much more harmful for when I'm walking up the subway and I see people trying to get me to go to church, putting a Bible in my face, or they're like they're standing aside Planned Parenthood, like taunting people for getting an abortion. Like, I think that is much more harmful than Sabrina Carpenter serving cunt, walking down a church and like looking gorgeous while doing it. Let's think about that. Let's think about the priests and all of the people in religious figures who are, you know, doing inappropriate things with underage people and putting all the blame on drag queens reading If You Give a Mouse a Cookie at the library. Like let's rewind and really think about the bigger picture things. Like a music video and a drag queen are not the issues at hand that we need to deal with. It's the freaks within the church that we need to deal with. But I digress. Sabrina Carpenter, keep it up. I'm obsessed. I live and I'm ready to go to the church and check it out. It's in Brooklyn. Like I'm like, I want to go see it. So I don't know. I'm obsessed. I am so in like I've said it before and I made a TikTok about it too. Like we are in such a golden age of pop girls again, I feel like. Not that pop music has been bad for the last however many years, because it has not been. But I feel like we went through a kind of a drought of like pushing the envelope. We had Gaga, we had Katie, we had Britney, we had all these people who were really like pushing the envelope for years. And then we kind of, nobody, again, I am not saying anybody fell off because all the people I just mentioned, I still stand, I still adore. But there's not that like, that controversy almost. I feel like there's been a little bit here and there, but it's been like light and fluffy. So to see like a church getting mad about it, I don't know, it just like, makes me happy. Maybe I'm a bad person. I don't know. I don't really care. But I love it. Pop music is back. We are back. And yeah. Speaking of pop music, the most wonderful time of the year is here. Spotify Wrapped, and Apple Music Replay. Apple Music Replay is already out. Spotify Wrapped comes out. Rumor has it Wednesday, the 29th. So again, the day, if you're listening to this on launch day, it's coming out today, allegedly. If not, I'm sure it's already out already because people are like pressing for it. And I just feel like this is such a fun, exciting, end of year thing that everybody looks forward to, whether you're on Spotify or Apple Music. I think there's just always that like fun little like, oh my gosh, what's going to be at the like what's going to come up at the end of the year. And Spotify, I mean, we have to give them credit. They do such a fantastic job at the year end wrap that they provide their listeners with. I mean, they are giving you they're like, you listen to this song 374 times at 6 p.m. when the moon was a waxing crescent and you were or also ordered Uber Eats because there's also a collab, and like they just like they find out the craziest data about the listeners, and it's almost scary, but I kind of live for it. I myself, and this is gonna come off a little surprising because I've already had some people text me when I posted, but I do use Apple Music, but I don't use it because I prefer it necessarily. I got a new iPhone like right when Apple Music was launching, and I wasn't streaming. I mean, still to this day, I collect vinyl, I collect CDs, so I love to buy physical music. So really, honestly, up until like 2013, I was buying CDs, putting them into my computer, putting them on my iTunes, and putting them on my phone because I just liked that. That was what I was used to. It's what I loved, and I don't do that anymore. Obviously, I stream now, but I do still. I buy CDs, I buy vinyls. I didn't get on like board with streaming until I got a new phone. I want to say 2013, 2014, and it came with Apple Music for free. And I was like, well, let me try it out. It was like a 3 month trial. So I signed up and I like understood it. And I just like was like, well, I've already been using this for 3 months. I might as well just stick with it. And I've been using it since. But I have I've been considering switching for next year. I don't know. I feel like I've been an Apple Music girl for so long, and it would be a lot to switch over, but it would also be kind of fun to start clean and just like start with a fresh slate. And I just think Spotify, I mean, their team, like their marketing, they just do such fun activations, not only with Spotify Wrapped, but just with like different artists. Like they did the Ariana Grande Sweetener session thing a few years ago where they turn like the those experiences out for the albums, and they do all the really fun things. I'm late to the train. I know this, but I think I might be switching over. I'm on the fence, so TBD there. But if anybody listening was ever an Apple Music listener, turned Spotify or vice versa, Spotify into Apple Music, let me know why. Give me like shoot me a DM and tell me what you like better about either of the platforms and what you think would benefit some, if it's been heavy on my mind, and I know it's a stupid thing to think about, but it's as a person who considers himself to be like a pop music aficionado, like I think about these things. And that being said, I Apple Music, it is here. So my Apple Music replay has landed, and it is to no surprise very gay. They my top artists of the year, I'm just gonna give top five. Beyonce, Renee Rapp, Taylor Swift, SZA, and Sabrina Carpenter. My top songs for the year: Too Well, Renee Rapp, Princess Diana, Ice Spice featuring Nicki Minaj, Alien Superstar, Cuff It, Colorado, Renee Rapp. And then my top albums: Renaissance, Snow Angel, Everything to Everyone, both of Renee Rapp's releases, Guts by Olivia Rodrigo, and SOS. So, like, no surprise, very gay, very me. And yeah, I mean, I look forward to this every year. Something I do like about Apple Music, I will say, is that you can check your replay weekly. Every Sunday, it updates for you, and you have a playlist of 100 songs, and it tells you like what you're most listened to, but it's just a playlist, and you are able to see it every week. So I do enjoy that, where it shows you, like when there's a new, like, oh my God, what song was it? There was one song, and when it dropped, I want to say it was like Ice Spice. I don't know. It was one song that came out this year, and it literally by like it came out on Friday, as music does, and by the update on Sunday, it was already in like my top 50 of the year because I listened to it that many times. So like, A, I need help. B, it's just cool to see that. So I do like that about Apple Music, but it's not enough for me to like not switch to Spotify. That being said, I'm excited to see everybody posting their Spotify Wrap, their Apple Replay. I hate the people. I mean, this is like a general thing, but specifically for this, I hate the people who hate on things that other people love. When people are like, I don't care about your Spotify Wrapped, I don't care about this, I don't care about that. I do. I care. I want to see it. Post it. Tag me in it. Send it to me. DM it to me. If you're my friend, text it to me. I want to see that you listened to Lord 375 times in 1 week because your boyfriend broke up with you. I want to see that you listened to Cruel Summer by Taylor Swift 600 times because you were late to the game and weren't listening to it in 2019, but now she released it and everybody loves her and now you're on board. I want to know. I want to see what's exposing people. I want to, fill me in. So post it, tweet it, tag me. I want to see it. I'm curious. So fuck everybody else who is like not allowing you to post it. If you think people are going to be annoyed by it, let them be annoyed. We're past the idea of like not posting something because we're nervous it's going to like annoy somebody. Get over it. They'll be fine. We want to see it. While I was like thinking about this though, I was reminded a few months ago before I started the podcast, Billboard released a song of the best pop songs of all time. And I just feel like this is a perfect time to kind of dive into that list. And I'm no producer, I'm not in the music world. I am simply a gay man who likes pop music, who also has a podcast. So, but I wanted to kind of go through on the topic of like our songs of the year, like thinking about like what the best pop songs of all time are. And I just kind of I grabbed a few from their list and I thought it would be fun to kind of just give opinion. So first on the list is Whitney Houston, I Want to Dance with Somebody. So like, well, yes, like obviously in the grand scheme of things, if somebody's gonna have the number one spot, thank God it's Whitney and it's not a man. And I mean, I want to dance with somebody. I don't care who you are. Everybody loves that song. You can't listen to that song and not be happy, I feel like. I mean, it's Whitney Houston. Come on. Number two, this song. Now, anybody who knows me and now everybody listening to this will now know, but Dancing Queen by ABBA is one of, I would say probably like my top three favorite songs of all time, let alone like best songs of all time, because there is a difference. There's a difference between the best songs of all time and your favorite songs of all time. In terms of like my favorite songs of all time and the best songs of all time, Dancing Queen is equal because it is one of the best songs of all time and it is one of my favorite songs of all time. So to see that so high on the list, number two, just makes my heart happy. Fun story actually about Dancing Queen. My mom told me when I came out to her that the reason she knew I was gay was for two reasons. One, because my favorite song was Dancing Queen when I was like 4, and two, because I used to walk around the house and I would go, just Jack, like Jack from Will and Grace. So clearly, the closet was glass, but just a fun little tidbit. And I've loved Dancing Queen since. I mean, again, how can you not love that song? Moving through the list, number three, My Girl, The Temptations. Not a song I would like pick, but I get why it's on there. Number four is Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way. Again, not one of my picks, but I understand. Now, the next two are songs that I 100% obviously. Number five, Kelly Clarkson, Since You've Been Gone. I mean, The American Idol, America's Sweetheart. Come on. Like, duh, Since You've Been Gone is one of the best pop songs ever created. And the fact that it's in the top five just like fits with my fantasy. So thank God for that. Number six, Madonna, Like a Prayer. You can't make a best pop songs of all time list and not have Madonna in the top 10. I don't care who you are, what your favorite pop star is, whatever you think, it's Madonna. Let's be serious. Number seven, Billie Jean, Michael Jackson. Yeah, I mean, he's the king of pop. I mean, he defined so much of pop music back then. So number eight, though, number eight, Call Me Maybe, Carly Rae Jepsen. Absolutely. Perfect pop song. She knew what she was doing. Carly Rae Jepsen does not get the credit she deserves at all. I mean, every single album she puts out is literally pop music perfection. And Call Me Maybe, people rag on it, people hate it, but like, it is a great song. It is so fun. It's just like, I love an unserious song that's just like fun. There's not like a deep meaning behind it. You just can't beat unserious lyrics with like a fun, funky beat to dance to. Come on, Call Me Maybe, perfect pop song. Number nine on the list is California Love, Tupac, Dr. Dre. Not one that would be on my list, but I understand why. Now, number 10. This is where I get like, what? The Beatles, I Want to Hold Your Hand. To me, the Beatles, are they considered pop music? And like, if there's Beatles stands watching or listening, I'm sorry if I'm offending you. I've never considered the Beatles pop music. Maybe that's just like me. I mean, I guess like pop music is like popular music, but like I don't know. To me, I wouldn't categorize the Beatles in there. And again, I am just a gay man with a microphone and a podcast. So I'm not saying I'm right. I am just giving my 2 cents. But yeah, that was an interesting pick. Next up, Prince, Kiss. I mean, yeah. 12, Britney Spears, Baby One More Time. Duh, that would be way higher on my list. 13 is Nicki Minaj, Super Bass. Duh. Oh my God, Nicki Minaj new album next week. I can't wait. I'm before I'm American, I'm a Barb. I love me some Nicki. I've been a stan since the mixtape days. I grew up oh my God. The girls that I grew up with in my apartment complex were huge Nicki fans. Like I have such distinct and vivid memories of listening to Nicki Minaj and Drake and all of them with them, like in middle and high school when Nicki was first starting. So, Nicki Minaj, I salute to my queen. Um, Number 14 is Outkast, Hey Ya. I mean, yeah, like I get that. Mariah Carey Fantasy is 15. Duh, Mariah Carey obviously needs to be on this list. Earth, Wind, and Fire September is 16. Fleetwood Mac Dreams 17. And now this one. This, I don't, this did not stay right with me to be this low on the list. And it's only number 18. Mind you, this was a list of 100. I'm only going through 30. But for Crazy in Love to be number 18 on this list, it at least deserves top 10. Come on. Uh, You're gonna put the Beatles over Beyonce in a pop, like best pop songs of all time? I don't know. That just, my eye just started twitching. My eye literally, I hope that was on camera. You could see it. My eye just started twitching at that. Tell me you're gay without telling me you're gay. Number 19, Be My Baby, The Ronettes. Number 20, TLC, No Scrubs. Number 21, Aretha Franklin, Respect. I was going to say RESPECT, Respect. Again, that should be higher on the list. Missy Elliott, 22, Work It. Yeah, duh. We love some Missy. Jackson 5, I Want You Back is 23. Lady Gaga, Bad Romance, 24, deserves to be higher. Number 25, Good Vibrations, The Beach Boys. Number 26, Aha, Take On Me. Take On Me. Why did I say that so weird? Number 27, it's Shout. This, okay. Would I put this in the best pop songs of all time? Personally, no. But I have a party trick. And if you've ever seen me, oh my God, my Long Island people, anyone who knows me, at the Bordy Barn or at a wedding and Shout comes on, when they say a little bit softer now, my ass is laying on the floor. I don't care where I am. I don't care what the conditions are. If you don't know what the Bordy Barn is, that's a whole nother story to get into one day because rest in peace, she was the best place on earth, but it was essentially literally a barn outside, and you would drink $3 Bud Lights, and it was just disgusting and dirty and gross, and I fucking loved it. And it has now been bought by a new owner, and they redid it, and it's supposed to kind of emulate the same thing. You won't catch me there anymore. But when Shout came on, everybody literally would be like, "Where is Andrew?" And it would be like, everybody would be watching because I would just do my thing. In fact, if I had definitely have clips of it, I will put it, I will make like a I'll post it somewhere so you can see what I'm talking about. But I would be like full laid down on the floor during that, and it was just always like a moment. So is it like the best pop song ever in the world to me? No, but it holds a special place in my heart. Um, Next up, Tears for Fears, Everybody Wants to Rule the World. I don't know that song, and that's on me. Like that's fully on me. The Supremes, Where Did Our Love Go, is number 29. And then to wrap it up, number 30, Adele, Rolling in the Deep, which I'm surprised that Adele is so low on the list to introduce, but I guess like she, yeah, I get it. I understand. So just like a fun little thing I wanted to tie in and talk about. I've been trying to find a way to weave that article because when it came out, it was like a big article for me to read. So I've been trying to find a way to weave it in. So I figured that was the best way. But that leads me into the ever asking question, like, what is the best pop song of all time? And I've been trying when I made this link, like the connection of this article to Spotify Wrapped, coming out now, and I was like, oh, and finally I want to talk about it. Great. I was like, I should have like the best pop song of all time. And I don't know. It is really hard. I mean, I definitely like just pulling from this list. I think if I had to give a top five, I think Whitney can stay number one. I want to dance with somebody. ABBA can stay number two, Dancing Queen. I think number three for me would be Crazy in Love. Number four, Since You've Been Gone. And number five, Baby One More Time, Britney Spears. In my world, men don't exist in pop music. I mean, they do, like Harry Styles, the Jonas Brothers, Troye Sivan, sure. That's just like, when I'm being silly in a goofy mood. But like, end all be all, pop music is all women to me. I mean, looking at my Spotify Wrapped, my top, I think like, what do they give you, 20 artists? The only male artist on it is Troye Sivan. Like, I don't listen to male artists. So to me, I'm like, automatically pull these out, all the guys. We got some sneaks. But I think that would be my top five based off of this list. Off my personal list, it would be very different. And that's a whole nother hour episode to talk about. But yeah, I feel like I'm comfortable. Wait, there is not one Taylor Swift song in the top 30. Actually, I'm okay with that. I think I'm comfortable with saying, yeah, that's fine with me. Seeing as Taylor Swift has like every other record and title and this and that, I think we can go with that Taylor Swift being in the top 30. I wonder where she lands in the actual list now that I think about it. That didn't dawn on me. Huh. Interesting. Well, that being said, send me your Spotify Wraps. I want to see them. Post them. If somebody's annoyed by it, who gives a fuck? Get over it. They'll be fine. And let me know what we think about switching from Apple Music to Spotify. If you've been in my shoes, please reach out because it's a big dilemma that I have been struggling with. As silly as that might sound, I'm very grateful that that is the issue and dilemma that I'm worrying about. But yeah, shoot me a DM. Let me know because I think the switch might be coming. And that brings us to the end of the show. So, if you're new here, I end every show with my yes and my mess of the week. Yes being something I'm loving, mess being something I'm not loving so much. And I like to start on a positive note. So, my yes for the week. So, last week on Thanksgiving, I spent it at my boyfriend's sister and brother in law's house. We did a smaller Thanksgiving, and we were obviously it just was like eating, drinking, and watching TV, and which is like what else do you ask for on a Thanksgiving or like a holiday, you know what I mean? So we were trying to figure out something we could watch, something that we all wanted to see, but they were in the middle of watching the Great British Bake Off, and so we kind of hopped in with them and we started this new season. I guess whatever the season or collection they call it is airing now. We started from the beginning, and I have I am late to the party on this. It is so pleasant and delightful, and just like it is so nice to watch a show where like they're not competing for anything but a title. So it's so interesting to me in the UK, like they're not allowed to give out money as a prize. It's just like not a thing that they do. If you watch Drag Race and you watch the UK seasons, like they never get a cash prize. Meanwhile, you compete over here and you're getting $200,000 some seasons and they get like a pin for Drag Race UK. But same with Great British Bake Off, like they are not getting anything but a plaque and a title at the end. And it kind of makes me love it even more because I'm like, they're just doing this because they want to, It just adds like an extra fun layer to it. And like, it's still serious. They're still taking it very seriously, but they are just doing it because. And I love it. If you're not watching it, you need to watch it. It is so fun. It's so lighthearted. It's just silly and I'm loving it. I don't know. It's just fun and that's like my new thing. So we haven't finished the season yet and I do want to end up going back and rewatching like the earlier seasons just to check it out. And again, I know I'm really late to the party, so everyone listening to this is probably like, yeah, there's like 10 seasons out. Where have you been? But you know what? Better late than never. A queen is never late. Everybody else is just simply early. So take that as you will. And closing things out with my mess of the week, I kind of hinted at this a little bit earlier when I was talking about Miss Beyonce and the premiere, but the discourse online this past few days about Beyonce's look at the premiere, and I hate to even like say this because as like a white man, like it's not my place, and it really just enrages me when people like my eyes twitching again. Oh my God. Why is it when I okay, new thing I'm realizing when I'm talking about people talking negatively about Beyonce, my eye twitches. That's sick. That is disgusting, but also so slay. I love that. But yeah, my eyes twitching again talking negatively about Beyonce because it's just like not in my blood because it runs that deep. People are saying she is like whitewashing her skin and she's not, she looks really light in the pictures and I don't know, this whole thing. First and foremost, fuck off. Fuck all the way off. Who are you to sit here and be like, oh, she looks this, she looks that. She looks gorgeous. And you look like a trash bag because you're sitting on your couch in sweatpants and a fucking tank top. Who are you? You're not Beyonce, so I don't keep your mouth shut. Second of all, the fact this is what really, I had a different mess. I had a whole different mess until this afternoon when Miss Tina, mother of Beyonce, had to make an Instagram post saying, you guys need to shut your mouth, because she's right. Everyone is sitting here talking about Beyonce, saying she looks this, she looks that, she's doing it for sales, she's selling out, she's da da da. In what world does Beyonce need to sell out? In what world does Beyonce need a cash grab? In what world does Beyonce need to please you to make a sale? And the fact that her mom had to go online and make an Instagram post about it, and it wasn't just an Instagram post. This was a read more caption. This was long. If you put that into Word, it would be like 5 pages long, MLA format, double spaced. She was mad as hell. And to piss off Beyonce's mom just feels sacrilegious to me. And again, maybe it's not to you, but to me, it is. And I think it's time for a lot of Stan Twitter users to stop tip-tapping away on Twitter and tip-tap away over to Indeed or LinkedIn and get a job, because it's just getting out of hand when you guys are like, anything an artist does is not right for you. Something's got to give. Come on. Let's wrap this up. Let's be serious. Like, I know you guys like to like live for the drama and you're unserious. No. When it comes to Beyonce, mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Do not speak unless you were called for. My eyes twitching again. This is nuts. When I talk about people talking negatively about Beyonce, my eye twitches. It's the only time it's happening. That's a mental illness, isn't it? Well, before my eye twitches out of my head, thank you so much for listening. You can follow us on socials everywhere. We are at Too Pop to Handle, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. We are a video podcast as well, so you can watch us on YouTube. We are just at Too Pop to Handle. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, give us a like or a thumbs up, leave us a comment, send it to a friend. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, leave us a 5-star review, leave us a rating. Tell me what you thought of the episode. I want to know. And again, if you did anything that you shouldn't have on Thanksgiving Eve, send me a DM at Too Pop to Handle. I want to know. Let's chat about it. Thank you guys again so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed, and I can't wait to talk to you guys next week. Bye.